Welcome to a senior parent presentation, Applying to and Paying for College. Our kapapa kumu mana'o, or agenda for today, will be going over objectives for today's presentation, senior timeline, suggested month-by-month tasks your child should be working on throughout their senior year, college applications, how can you help as a parent? Lastly, paying for college, understanding financial aid and college award letters. So who is your child's college counselor? Students with the last names beginning with A through D have Mr. Arroyo, E through K, Mr. Kaonohi, L through Q, Mr. Morales, R through Z, Mrs. Baum. We realize this is a stressful, confusing, and overwhelming time of your child's life. With applications and deadlines soon approaching, the college counseling team wants to emphasize that we are here for you. Please use your child's college counselor as a resource. If you have any questions or need us to clarify anything, please let us know. You can also contact your child's college counselor if you would like to schedule an appointment. We are more than happy to meet with you and assist you along the way. Here are the objectives we hope you have a better understanding of by the end of this presentation. Senior year timeline. What should your child be working on every month throughout their senior year? Naviance. Parent accounts are currently active. As a parent, you'll have access to your child's Naviance account where you'll be able to see which colleges your child is interested in, and you will also be able to add colleges to that list yourselves. If you are having trouble accessing or logging in to Naviance, please contact Charlene Hara, the College Counselor Administrative Coordinator. And one of the most important, how to pay for college, types of financial aid, understanding need, and comparing college financial aid award letters.
Senior year timeline. In August, you want to begin applying to colleges and make sure to request your transcripts on Naviance. You want to reconfirm with your teachers, who you've asked to write a letter of recommendation, that they are still willing and able. Be sure to meet with your college counselor. It is mandatory for every student to meet with their assigned counselor at least once. Also, be sure to register for the SAT or the ACT as soon as possible because seats can fill up fast. And always remember that students should check their email and memorize their social security number. Here are the 2019-2020 SAT and ACT test dates. For the SAT, it will be held on August 24th, October 5th, November 2nd, and December 7th. For the ACT, it will be held on September 14th, October 26th, December 14th, and February 8th on 2020. In September, you want to continue applying for colleges, including paying for the application fees. If you qualify for fee waivers, please see your counselor for help. Students need to send their SAT and ACT scores directly from the website. Counselors are not responsible for sending students' test scores to colleges. Students should be having a conversation with parents in regards to which type of deadline they will be applying for, whether it's regular decision, early action, early decision, or rolling. It is important to understand the deadline type because some deadlines are quickly approaching. Let's take a look at the different types of admissions decisions. First, there's regular decision. It is non-binding and students apply by the regular deadline set by the college. Next, we have early decision. Early decision is binding, meaning that you may apply early to a school and only apply to one college and one college only. If you are accepted by the college, you are bound to attend the college. Students, parents, and your college counselor must all sign off if you are applying through early decision. Early action means that you may apply to a college early and if you are accepted, are not bound to attend the college. Rolling means that the college will be accepting applications throughout the year. Restrictive early action means you can only apply to one school via early action and it is non-binding. October is a very important and busy month because it is the start of financial aid season. The FAFSA will be opening up on October 1st and CSS Profile will also be opening up as well. We will be hosting a variety of parent workshops on Oahu and the neighbor islands, so please be on the lookout for these workshops in the daily bulletin and through your email. Students should continue working on scholarships and financial aid applications and to complete all of their applications by Halloween. In November, students should be at the point of submission for the Ho'okama Scholarship and should begin applying for the Pauahi Foundation Scholarship. This is also a great time to start on other scholarships either directly through their colleges or from other external sources. Naviance has a list of scholarships listed for your reference, so please be sure to check that out as well. In December, students should continue working on their Hawaii Community Foundation Scholarship application. In mid-December, the internal Pauahi Foundation Scholarship will be closing, and later in the month, the external application will open. The internal scholarship is open to Kamehameha seniors only, and the external application is open to all, including the public. Kamehameha students are allowed to apply to both internal and external applications. This is also the time that some students might be hearing back from colleges after applying early. And before you know it, it's Christmas break. Remember, when students are on Christmas break, so are counselors. Be sure to get in all requests before everyone goes on break. At the start of the second semester and over Christmas break, some students will begin hearing back from colleges with decisions. When students begin receiving their award letters, you would want to review and compare them alongside your family. This is a huge decision, and it would be beneficial to have the conversation with parents when discussing a potential landing spot. Students should be checking their college portals for any outstanding documents, tasks that need to be completed, and any other items. Students should be working and finishing up their scholarships as there are many deadlines soon approaching. And on May 1st is the National Candidates Reply date where students must choose a college upon which they will attend. It is important to get back to colleges in a timely fashion, as students on the waitlist could be bumped up if you do not reply. It is also a common courtesy to let colleges know if you will not be attending their school as well. And as soon as you know it, you'll be walking across the stage, receiving your diploma, and off to do great things. You as a parent must be wondering how you can help your student. There are a few things that you can do now to assist with the college application process. Helping to monitor your students' applying to list on Naviance will help manage both students' and parents' expectations, as well as keeping their college list realistic and appropriate. Having the conversation with your student about their future and possible school choices while considering your family values, financial expectations, and post-secondary goals are very important to ensuring that you're both on the same page. When applying to colleges, you will be coming across application fees and test score fees. If you qualify for fee waivers, please be sure to work with your college counselor to help with fee waiver applications. Some colleges give application fee waivers at college visits and at other events, so please be on the lookout. It would also help to have an extra pair of eyes when proofreading application essays or personal statements. Also, checking up and ensuring all application materials are taken care of, such as their letter of recommendation from teachers, sending in their test scores, ensuring that the application is complete, and any other items that might be needed.
At this point, let's say your child has already received their acceptance letters from their college or colleges. So now the discussion turns to, how are we going to pay for this? So what about financial aid? Once you've submitted your FAFSA, and for some colleges the CSS profile, you can expect to receive a financial aid award package. This is where it's important to understand what is being offered, because not all colleges format their financial aid award packages the same. The first thing to understand is how a college awards financial aid. The formula they use is to take the total cost of attendance, which usually includes tuition and fees, books and supplies, housing, transportation, and personal expenses, minus your expected family contribution, your EFC, to determine your financial need. With this example, the COA is $60,000, and you have a $10,000 EFC, which means you need $50,000. So the college will package an award for you, which may include scholarships and grants, which is considered gift aid, and possibly offer you and your child some loans. Keep in mind that loans have to be paid back. So while completing the federal financial aid forms helps you determine your need, it is much more helpful to determine the net price or what the total cost will be to your family. In figuring out the net price, we use a different formula, which is to take the COA, cost of attendance, and this time we minus the gift aid, which includes scholarships and grants. So let's take the same COA, $60,000, And here we see that the college is offering you $30,000 in scholarships and grants. That means that your net price will be $30,000, no matter what your EFC is. It could be a zero, but you'd still have the same net price of $30,000 a year to attend this college. Here's an example of a typical financial aid award. You can see that the COA, as determined by the college, is $20,920. Please note that this family's EFC is just under $5,000. If we jump down to the bottom of the award, we see that the college is meeting this student's full need. But first, we must add up the gift aid, which are the two grants, which total $5,345. So some quick math will tell you that the net price for this family will be $15,575, which is $10,779 higher than their EFC. So the question we asked at the beginning of the slide is this feasible or doable for this family?
Now that we've gone over how some of these pieces fit together, we wanted to share how you can help support your student through the financial aid process. A great place to start is with gathering those tax documents. We will need to reference these materials throughout applying for the FAFSA and other scholarships. Some scholarships might even need a copy of those tax documents, so it's helpful to have them at the ready. It's also nice if you are comfortable sharing them with your student. This can help us help the student while they are in school. The FSA ID. This is your electronic signature on the FAFSA. Your student and one parent will need to each have their own FSA ID. This is something that can be created now, so you're all ready for October. Because it is tied to your Social Security number, please take extra precautions to make sure it is safeguarded. Speaking of October, we really want to try and get the FAFSA submitted in October. The earlier, the better. This ensures that your child will be considered for the maximum amount of financial aid he or she might be eligible for. You can also help them search for scholarships and also proofread those applications and essay. While the applications for financial aid for scholarships are all in the student's name and should be done by the student, having an extra set of eyes to review them before they are submitted can be very, very helpful. It's also great when parents can help research their own connections within the community or through employment opportunities. It's amazing how many different scholarships are available for students based on where they might have accounts, such as with credit unions or banks, or whether their parents or family member's employer offers some kind of scholarship or educational benefit. So please take a look at what you might have available within your own Ohana. And then start keeping in mind some of those other costs that are going to spring up as we move along. Things like enrollment deposit, the housing deposit, knowing that you might have to buy a plane ticket, furnish a dorm room, all those kinds of additional items that require money. So being able to budget and forecast for that ahead of time can be a really big help. We know that this can be a lot of information to keep track of, and we do our best to try and help everybody stay on track with relevant information and dates and deadlines and forecasting. So one way that we do that is through the Remind app. This is a service that allows us to share text message reminders with our students, and we also offer it for our parents. So we know that last year at the Junior Kuka, we offered this as an option. However, this year we're doing it a little bit differently, where we're going to have our families and students sign up to the Remind account associated with their college counselor. So if you are a student who has Mr. Arroyo as your college counselor, we want you to enroll in the Remind group by sending a message to 81010, and the message will be at CA2020P. For Mr. Kaonohi students, those are students with last names E through K, You'll send the same message to 81010, but the message will be at MK2020P. Mr. Morales' students will be the students with last names L through K. His message will be at SM2020P. And then my students, Miss Baum, where last names R through Z, and the message would instead be at JB2020P. So this is something that we will be using to help remind students about guidance, about upcoming deadlines, about applications opening, those kinds of helpful tips. So if you'd like to be included on that messaging, please go ahead and enroll in this optional service. Keep in mind standard text messaging rates do apply. Before we conclude our presentation, we want to take the time to give you some last few pieces of information and helpful reminders. First of all, we have available to our seniors what are called walk-in work days. And we share with our students that these are new to them this year, and we really encourage our kids to take advantage of them. No appointment is needed. We encourage them to stop by at any time during these days to ask questions, work on applications, have us read essays or apps, anything like that. Our first one coming up is on August 21st. The next one is August 30th. And we try to have about 2 of these days scheduled each month so students can come in at any time to get help. Another tool that we use to try and communicate to students and families to help make sense of all of this information is our Monday emails. So we send them out on Monday or Tuesday every week, and we do put a lot of thought into these emails and messaging as we want to focus on those items that the students should be working on or important deadlines that are coming, items that they should be forecasting for. Please double check your email to make sure you're receiving them. They should be coming through from your KSK College Counselor, and the email address those are being sent from is mailer@email.naviance.com. We just bring that to our students' attention and to your attention just because we found that sometimes these emails end up in their clutter folder or spam folder, but they are actually really helpful informational pieces to help keep everyone on track. Another reminder is that our counselor letter and transcript requests, we ask for a courtesy of 15 days notice. We're of course willing to help any student we can with anything they might need, but as a courtesy, it's nice if we get a little bit of notice before a deadline is due. Kumu letters, on the other hand, would be a 30-day notice. And then we've really been stressing for our seniors to please try and get in to meet with us as soon as possible. We want to talk story with all of our seniors again. We loved getting to know them last year as juniors, and we want that one-on-one time again to finalize their plans, catch up on what happened this summer, and make sure we're all set to move forward with the rest of the year. And finally, we do have an evaluation link for this presentation. It can be found at bit.ly/parenteval8-2019. This link is also provided in the initial email that was sent out to the families. This brings us to the end. Mahalo nui for taking the time to view our presentation. We hope that the information we shared was helpful. We know that it can be a lot and there's a lot going on. So if you have any questions or if there is ever anything that's unclear or you need help with, please let us know and reach out. Our contact information is listed on this slide, as well as our administrative coordinator, Mrs. Sharhara. But we're here to be a resource. We're here to support as best we can with anything you might need. So please don't hesitate to let us know how we can help you. This is going to be an awesome year. We're so excited to be working with all of you and your students. Mahalo nui, ahui ho.